Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and yes girl, I'm coming at you with another story time. I'm so excited to do this. I just love story times. I think my YouTube videos are going to be based on story times and like stuff like that. I'm excited! Okay, so grab your popcorn, grab your friend, and sit down and just wait for the story time, girl, because it's going to be juicy. You know it is. Okay, let me take you back in the day, because I'm so old, right? I'm 21, by the way, if anybody gives a fuck. So back in the day, I was Facebook famous. It was a thing. It was just cool and shit like that. But yeah, I was Facebook famous, and there was a lot of girls that were Facebook famous, not just me, and I was always being compared to these girls and shit like that. So anyways, I got really known, and there wasn't many guys. I was about to say not many guys in this industry. Like, what the fuck? Okay, girl, you weren't famous for real. Like, calm down. But like I'm saying, there was not that many guys that were Facebook famous. So the ones that were, everybody knew because there was like a handful, literally a handful. And I knew a couple. I've seen them on my timeline, and I knew about them. Obviously, they knew about me. So it was just mutual. People knew everybody that was Facebook famous, and the Facebook famous, like, clan knew about each other. So I basically just stood away from that just because I didn't like the attention. I mean, I did like the attention, but I did not like to have Facebook famous friends just because I knew they could be drama and it's just too much. So anyways, I would never message these people. I actually never messaged anybody unless they contacted me, but that's just how I am. So anyways, a couple weeks go by and I realized that can I breathe? I realized that I don't know who of the Facebook famous people are following me just because I wanted to be curious, like, who the fuck's following me? So I go look and I see that one of the guys that's Facebook famous followed me, and I was like, oh shit, let me look. And so I go look at his profile, and I noticed that he's one of the big ones. He was really known for taking good photography pictures of himself and of shit, and I was basically always like, oh wow, like, I don't know, attracted to that kind of guy. Like, I don't know, I'm fucking weird. So anyways, I was like, okay, cool. So I followed him back, and I left it at that. I wasn't gonna message him or anything, so I just followed him. So I went about my day, and I checked my phone again, and he had messaged me, and he was like, well, I saw that you were checking on me and following me and stuff like that. I really like you, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, oh? I was like, okay. So I messaged him back, and I was just like, yeah, I saw you, and I wanted to follow you. I saw that you followed me. So yeah. So we started talking from then on. We were basically like, I don't know, we became really, really, really close just because we shared the same kind of stuff we liked, and we were Facebook famous, and I think it sounds so stupid saying that, but anyways. So yeah, I got along with him really good because we shared the same interests and the same things. So we were always talking, we were always on the phone. And then finally he says, well, since I live kind of far from you, I will drive up there and I will give you a date that you like deserve. And I was like, okay. He lived literally like 40 minutes away. I don't know why, but I date guys that live I'm still sick. Oh my god. Sorry, that was disgusting. Anyways, so I always dated guys that were like super far away from me because that's the cute ones. They live far. So anyways, I gotta go get me some. So I make myself look like a slut, but really I was never a slut. Never. So anyways, we set up a date, and he picks me up that weekend. So I got ready. I was excited. I think he posted it. He posted a status saying I'm going out with, and he tagged me, and people were going crazy. They were like, oh my god, you guys would make a cute couple. So I thought, wow, this guy's really trying. He's trying to be in my life. He's trying to like convince me or persuade me. I don't know how to say that. Anyways, so I thought he really cared. So we go out, we went to a movie and then a dinner, and then we went to like a little diner. It was cute. I remember because I went and I saw that he went to this diner and like he tried so hard. Like he came in with a bunch of roses from his car. He's like, here, I brought you these, and like he gave me this little necklace, and I was like, wow, he's like trying so hard. And he's like, put it on. So he put it on me, and we just talked the whole night. We stayed at that diner for like at least 3 hours. We're just talking and eating and talking and talking. It was cute. I was just like, I was excited for a new relationship because the past relationship that I had, it was horrible. So if y'all want to see that story time, y'all can go see it. He cheated on me, and yeah. But anyway, back to this story. I was very excited to, come with this guy and just be happy. So time goes by, we're still talking, we're still going on dates. Literally every weekend he would pick me up and we would go on dates, and I thought it was so cute. People knew about it. We would talk about it on our Facebook and stuff. We would tell people. Basically everybody knew about us. So I knew that soon enough he was going to make it official and he was going to ask me to be his girlfriend. I was just waiting, girl. You already know. So I sat around and I waited and I waited and I waited. And I was like, what is taking this boy so long? You know what I'm saying? By this time, it's been months and we're going on our like 3rd month. And I'm like, why isn't this guy, asking me to be his girlfriend? I mean, I've been hanging out with him. I literally, the most I did with him was kiss. So there's no reason for him to like be like, oh no, I'm just using you, for sex. Because none of that had happened. So I was like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? So I go onto his page and I creep like a motherfucker, like I always do when I talk to a nigga. Like I always creep. Y'all already know, you do it too. So I went to his page and I looked at everything. I scanned it. I fucking profiled it and I didn't find nothing. So I was like, okay, so he should be asking me out by now. I don't understand what's taking so long. So the following weekend we were supposed to meet up, and this time he was going to take me to meet his mom. And I was very anxious. I thought that was the time that he was going to ask me to be his girlfriend. So I was excited. I got super ready. I looked so good. I was like, ooh, I'm about to meet his mama. So we drove to his house and we get off. It was late at night, around like 9ish. And I get off and I don't see a car. I don't see anything. So I'm like, what the hell? Where's his mom? And I asked, I was like, so where's your mom? And he's like, oh, she'll be here. She's at work. We're going to wait for her in my house. So we sit in the living room and his homeboy shows up. And I was like, what the hell? Is this like a meetup or what? So his homeboy shows up and we're sitting there talking to his homeboy. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'll go with the flow. So I'm talking to him and we're all interacting. And so his homeboy gets up and he's like, hey, by the way, can I borrow your car keys? And he was like, yeah, they're in the table. And in my head, I'm already thinking, how's he going to take me home if he takes forever? Like, I got to be home by like 11. Like, you know how it is? Hispanic moms, like, I got to be home. So I asked him, I was like, where's he going? And he's like, oh, he'll be right back. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get you home. Don't worry about it. So he was acting kind of sketch, like, around this area. I was just like, I was feeling uncomfortable. I was like, okay. So I just went with the flow. His homeboy did not come back. Tell me why I waited till 11:30 and I'm still sitting there like a dumbass, and I'm just like, so where's your homeboy? Meanwhile, he's like, we're just going to watch movies and wait for my sister, what the fuck? My mom, don't worry about it. I'm going to get you home. And I'm just like, I need to get home. I don't think you understand. Like, I need to get home. He's like, yeah, I'll get you there. And he was like making these phone calls. Now that I like look back, I should have thought, this is stupid as fuck. This is like a trap. Homeboys talk. Like, homeboy was helping him out, I bet you. And so I was just like, are you really calling him? Like, I looked at his phone. I was like, show me your call, like, history. And he's like, nah, I'm not going to do that. He was acting real, like, I ain't trying to do that, like, defensive. And I was just like, how am I supposed to get home? He was just like, I'll figure it out. Don't worry. Chill out. So another time goes by, and it's like 30 minutes past, and I'm just like, dude, it's 12. Like, I need to get home. Like, if you ain't getting me somewhere, like, right now, we're going to have some problems because we're far and no one's going to come get me unless I get there myself. So I'm basically arguing back and forth with this kid. He finally convinces me. He tells me, he calms me down. He's like, it's going to be fine. We'll figure out a way. I'll explain to your parents. I'll apologize. Like, he like calmed me down basically. So I was just like, okay, cool. So I sat down and one thing led to another, and we're sitting there making out, and I'm just like, okay, whatever, like a dumb bitch. So we're making out, and I hear a noise. I hear like somebody coming in the house, and I was like, who's that? He's like, oh, it's probably my mom, don't worry about it, my door's locked. So I was just like, okay, are we not gonna get up? So let's go. And he's like, no, let me just kiss you a little longer. So we're kissing, making out. By this point, we're heated. We're like about to, you know. And I was just like, kind of like, I was forgetting everything, like about my curfew. I was just in the moment. I really like this kid. So, I mean, can you blame me? Like, I wish I could show you a picture, but I can't. So, anyways, he was just like, we were like, doing it. So, we weren't doing it yet. My God. But anyway, as we're progressing to start this love, I hear the door starting to move. And I'm like, oh my God, someone's about to walk in and his shirt is off and mine is like half on, half off. And I'm sitting here in his bed. Like, how's that a first impression for his mom, So the door swings open and the mom starts yelling. And behind her is his sister that's like 20, 30 years old. And she's yelling. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is so fucking embarrassing. Like, I'm always in these positions. Like, I swear to God, I can't just have a normal freaking date or like a normal life. So she's just yelling. She's like, what are you doing? What are you doing in my house? She's like, how could you do this? What are you doing in your room? You're supposed to be picking me up from work. I had to get your sister to come get me. Like, yelling so hard, and I'm sitting there in the freaking corner. So I'm sitting there just like, really, nigga? So finally she like calms down. She's breathing heavy. She's just like, oh my God, come on, we gotta talk in the living room, blah blah. And so the sister comes in and she's about to whoop my ass. Tell me why she reaches for my head, trying to fucking pull my hair. And I was just like, I just hit that hand. I was like, bah. And I was like, you are not going to touch me. I did not know that he had to go get his mom. First of all, he liked me. And she's like, I don't want to hear it. You are a slut. You're a skank. How could you do this? Like, knowing he had a girlfriend? What? What you mean? I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, yeah, let's name this girl, his girlfriend, Sarah. She's like, that Sarah has been in his life forever. How could you do this? Like, I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some church in it. What you mean? I was like, I didn't even know he had a girlfriend. She's like, how could you not? Like, he has pictures on his Facebook splattered everywhere. I was like, no, he doesn't. So I pulled out my phone. I went to his profile. I was trying to prove my shit. I was trying to show these receipts. So I was like, look at this. There's no pictures of this girl. She's like, oh my God, did he fucking like block them so you couldn't see it and blah, blah, blah. And she's still like yelling at me, trying to like hit me. She grabbed me by my shirt. She's pulling and she's like, get out. And she's like yelling. I was like, I'm not going to sit in the fucking cold outside just because your freaking brother doesn't know how to keep his wee-wee in his pants. Like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? If I would have known he had a girlfriend, I would have never fucked with him because I've had this happen to me and I know how it feels. I know. So I would never do that. So I felt like shit. I start crying and the mom feels bad finally and she's just like, it's okay. She didn't know. Trying to calm down the sister. The sister, she acted like she was dating her brother. She was acting so crazy. So anyways, I sit in the living room and I'm just crying my eyes out. He comes out. He's like, hey, just calm as hell, like nothing just happened. He's like, hey, I'm gonna take you home. My mom, she gave me her car keys. And I'm like, where's your car? And he's like, oh, that Mustang? Yeah, that's my homeboy's. I was just borrowing it. So you were, oh! Let me tell you, I was mad. So you lied about your identity, basically. You faked a car. You hid this girl from me. Like, how? How? He's like, I know. He's trying to calm me down. He's like, baby, I know. Like, I'll explain in the car. Just give me a chance. And I'm just like, no, just get me home. I'm basically wiping my tears at this point. And I'm just like, I just got assaulted by the sister, yelled at by the mom, and getting raped by this kid. And so we get in the car and it's fucking awkward for like 20 minutes. And remember, I live far. I'm like 40 minutes away. So I had to sit there and just silence. And so finally he says something, and he says, I just thought you knew. I thought you were down like that. What kind of a girl do you think I am? What kind of a girl do you think anybody is? Like, what kind of a girl would be okay with it? Like, wait, well, a couple girls will be okay with it. But still, like, I was not that one. Like, you treated me like a princess. You would take me out on dates. Like, if I was a slut, don't you think I would have gave it to you, like, a long time ago? Like, I thought this was going to go somewhere. This was going to actually be a date. He's like, no, I just thought that you liked that kind of stuff. I was trying to spoil you. And he's like, I really liked you, though. I was about to break up with my girl just because I liked you that much. I was like, oh, wow, I feel so special. Like, not. I was just like, are you serious? What's this girl's name? He's like, well, her name's Sarah. She actually follows you. She's like really, really, really a big fan of yours. Bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? And so I'm just like, you know what? I'm telling your little girlfriend what the fuck just happened. And I'm not going to keep any secrets from any girl. Like, this is so fucked up. And so then he drops me off, and that's the end of that, right? So I get home, I fall asleep because it was like 2 in the morning by this time. So I wake up, and I messaged this girl. I told her, I shit you not, I told her everything from start to bottom, everything. I told her the receipts. I told her what kind of dates we had. And so this girl comes back at me saying, you're a slut, you're a skank. His sister told me what happened. You were about to fuck him, and you're just nasty. And she's like, I don't believe you. Like, he's innocent. He would never do that to me. You persuade him. Like, what? Bitch, what? And so I screenshotted all the messages that we had from the beginning. And she still did not believe me. She's like, no, that's not true, because at those dates he was with me. Yeah, maybe after he dropped me off, he was with you. And she's like, I don't know. I don't believe you. You're a slut. Don't even fucking talk to me. Blah, blah. So I was just like, you know what, girl? Bye. So I basically just like let it be. I ignored her. I was just like, okay, whatever. So a couple days go by, and he calls me, and he tells me that he still wants to talk to me, that he cannot stop thinking about me, that he loves me, and that I should forgive him and shit like that. And I'm like, boy, I am not going to do this. We're not going to date ever in my life, because if you do this to some other girl, you're going to do it to me. No, boy, sorry. So we basically just ended that shit, and a couple of weeks go by, and of course I see his pictures all magically appear on his Facebook, and there were old pictures. I guess he hid them from me, and it was all of her, basically a whole folder of her. And I also found out that he was Facebook famous because of his relationship. It was like the cute relationship. But why didn't everybody, like, how did nobody message me and tell me about it? Like, nobody, like, ever thought, oh, let me just talk to you and be like, you know, because I'm sure people thought that they broke up, but bitch, you could have told me something, you know? But yeah, they just kept on dating, and she kept on looking stupid, because a couple times she looked stupid, because I knew a lot of girls that would talk to him. And yeah, I saw him at a bunch of parties, and he would try to approach me, but I was like, boo, please do not, before I slap you. And yeah, that was the time I was a side hoe, and the time that I felt stupid again. So yes, that's what happens in my life. I'm just a stupid fucking slut. By the way, I think a couple years after that, I did go on a second date with him. What the fuck is wrong with me? I think I went on a date with him again, and I don't know what happened there. I forgot, but maybe that could be another story time. So, yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this story time. Comment down below. And I love you. Muchos besos.